John Pesutto says he's open to installing quotas to increasing female representation in the Victorian Liberal Party as the new opposition leader promises to not focus on personalities. Victorian political reporter Simon Love joins us. Simon, what has the new leadership team had to say?
Well, it's been an interesting first news conference from John Pesutto and his leadership team, which half of it actually is from the last leadership team under Matthew Guy, with David Southwick returning as deputy leader, Georgie Crozier getting a promotion into the upper house leadership from her deputy position, Matt Bark also joining John Pesutto as well. John Pesutto stressed that he's essentially climbed a mountain to be able to come back into Victorian Parliament, given that he was dumped by the voters of Hawthorn in the 2018 election. But he's been able to come back and win that seat back for the Liberal Party. And he says he now sets his sights on the Liberal Party regaining government in 2026. But he said that the party will need to start focusing on the government as a whole rather than personalities or individuals such as the Premier, Daniel Andrews. Let's have a listen to some of what John Pesutto had to say.
We want and need more female representatives representing the Liberal Party in the Victorian Parliament.
So John Pesutto there saying he's open for more women to be in the Victorian Liberal Party and potentially even quotas as a tool of getting women into the party, as well as securing and keeping any casual vacancies aside for women. Now, I understand the vote was extremely close for the leadership. Only one vote separated John Pesutto from Brad Batten, and ultimately a very close vote, but Brad Batten was quite conciliatory as he emerged from the party room. John Pesutto also promising that he'll be more consultative with his MPs and bring a new leadership style to the state opposition.
I'm not really focusing on who will be head of the government, to be honest. I'm more concerned about how is the government performing. For me, it won't be so much about personalities. The next 4 years for me and my colleagues is going to be about policy, outcomes. What are Victorians getting?
So just confirming that vote in the end was 17 votes for John Pesutto, 16 for Brad Batten. As for the deputy, it came down from a pool of 5 candidates down to 2. But the final vote between David Southwick and Ryan Smith being 19 votes to 14. So there's still a bit of a divide in the Liberal Party room. Ultimately, David Southwick, the reinstalled deputy, says there's a big task for the party ahead.
We've got a big job to do, and this is day one of the rebuild. It's time we get our Bob the Builder hat on and start rebuilding Victoria and rebuilding the Liberal Party.
And it appears Matthew Guy will remain in the Liberal Party as the member for Bulleen. He made no comment as he entered the party room for the last time as leader. How are you, Matthew? Where did it all go wrong for the party? How are you feeling about your final day as leader? The Premier's also congratulated John Pesutto on his election to the leadership of the Liberal Party. Ultimately, there probably won't be too much love lost between Labor and Liberal, given that they'll both have to be back in the chamber when Parliament sits on the 20th of December.
Simon Love, live in Melbourne. Thank you.